Welcome back. WeArEuS and this is the Thaumaturge. So let's see. What did we do last episode? I'm pretty sure we got rid of the ick. There's like a 50% chance we beat people up. Okay, it's higher than 50%, but we didn't need to say that out loud. So that's where we need to go. Oh, right, the soiree. Yeah. I've been putting the soiree off for a while, doing the side stuff in this area, but I figured you may as well do that, right? So, let's do that. Besides, I fully expect there to be another salutor there. Or maybe not, and we have to come back to this area to pick up I don't know what it was. There was something in the headquarters of the WAS that we can't get because we can't advance word. So hopefully the salutor that will allow me to progress word is going to be at the soiree.
Liga?
Yes?
Okay. So, how do we prepare for this? I guess we go to his room? That's not his. Right? No, it definitely is his because it's got the wardrobe. Oh, I have to go all the way back to the tailor to pick up the suit. Well, frick. Is it even open right now? Yeah, it's this way. I wonder if we got anything else for him.
Mr. Shulsky, come in. What's new?
What am I missing? I guess. I mean, it seems like if we do the soiree, we might end up being forced to leave the area. Is the feeling I'm getting. Oh, crap. there a bench nearby? There.
What a day. Let's wait until...
Afternoon. Okay, now we have to... Actually, let's check with the... What is this? Upon hearing the sounds of logging, your thoughts are unwittingly carried off somewhere to the distant lands of Brittany or the steppes of Zaporizhia? Then the musician turns the crank more violently, and the buzzing of the dog brings a dose of sobriety to the soul. Neat. Let's make absolutely sure that the tailor doesn't have our stuff so we can get things moving along.
Mr. Schultz?
Nope.
I would... All right.
Maybe... Let's try checking this wardrobe over here just to see. No. Okay, so there's a carriage over here that we can use to travel to the next... wherever it is we need to be. Unless it's here. Ah. It's nice to move pawns around the board at your whim. I don't know the reason for the concern on Mr. Vlodek's face, as he was watching me closely throughout the game. Nice. There's another point of interest. It can't be that. I don't know. Oh. Not that button. It's... Okay. It says I'm right on top of a point of No, that's further north. Let's grab this free XP and then we'll see where the red sand takes us. The price of adulthood. Every day I feel like blowing my brains out. Another price of adulthood. I will eat 5 scoops at once, and no one can do anything about it. Nice. And kind of gross, too. We're almost about to level up, which is neat. Weird.
Didn't I tell you, you've been for it, fucker?
I did it on purpose.
Just you wait. We could use some exercise after all that carrying.
Are you sure, boss?
'Tis the final conflict.
They could use a break from all that carrying, so I'll help them into unconsciousness. The shift manager has resistance. I don't have word to deal with him and his trait, so we leave him for last. Upir gets the laborer, and Lelik gets the junior assistant. Let's get rid of this guy first, because his invulnerability is kind of annoying. We rely rather a lot on status effects. Also, we stand to lose most of our HP if we don't stop them. So it's been about 3 or 4 days since I last recorded a video for this game, so I'm a little... Right, so we can interrupt their attacks. The idea here is to interrupt his turn. Then Upir gets his pound of flesh from this guy. Turn not interrupted. Unfortunate. Oh, that is going to be good. He doesn't get his turn, which works for me. Delicious. Ow. They showed no mercy whatsoever. Noted. So I can interrupt turns if the enemy is in the suffering state. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't impact the recording in some way. Well, hold on. We can actually... Yeah. Then we interrupt his turn and he gets nothing. Well... Yeah, it should just be a guaranteed interrupt. I need... this, and we'll go with the Lelic. For you. I don't have any negative states. Oh, how convenient. And it goes right up to his turn, too. Unfortunate. I forgot that I was already... It's fine, it's fine. Everything is fine. Can you imagine how annoying this is? All you want is your turn to punch a guy in the face, and he just keeps, well, interrupting your turn. Please, sir, may I punch you a little? No, I don't think we need that at all. I didn't want to do it. I mean, it's not entirely untrue. You, who transform my stormy nights into sunny days and in the depths of sleep extinguish the spells of waking. Over the course of the evening at Count Torkoski's, I comprehended the true meaning of these words. Say it with me. Nice. Let's see. So that's taken care of. Live photography. Let's go ahead and do that, I guess. Or is it memory horizon that I'm waiting for? Is there anything else on this list I'm unaware of? Oh, it could be the WAS we're waiting to deal with, or that the soiree is waiting for me to deal with. Let's see, just... I'm pretty sure this is taking me back to the tailors, but I have to make absolutely sure. Because there could just be something I'm missing.
Yet?
I mean, it was night last time I came here, so it can't be that. What am I missing? Oh.
Well, I don't know.
I see you went to a barber. That's something at least.
Recently I met a bearded guy who's not especially fussy about his appearance. And yes, people welcome him everywhere with open arms anyway.
Maybe he's a natural charmer. I've heard that can get you into the Imperial even without a tailcoat.
Very funny.
Are you getting getting dressed so we can go, or have you changed your plans?
So, like I said, there's a chance that it might just force us on to whatever place is next after the soiree. But if it comes to that, that is what it comes to.
Yes, let's go and see if I do fit in.
In that case, I'll go get changed too. Look at you. And here I worried I was the only one who looked good in trousers. Very chic choice.
Thank you. You look fantastic.
Thank you. You think Papa would be mad that we're going to a party right after his funeral?
I hope so.
Victor.
He could have kept from losing the Black Grimoire. Are we ready?
Yes, the carriage is waiting.
Welcome to the Imperial Hotel. How may I help you?
Ligia Szulska, here on the invitation of Svetlana Rumiantseva.
Yes, we are expecting you, of course. The soiree is taking place in apartment 237, second floor. I wish you a thrilling and successful evening.
I'm impressed. How did you sort that out?
Our name still means something. Let's do our best to keep it that way, all right?
Yep. There's something here.
Who are you, my golden slithering friend?
Victor? Victor? Victor! Can you hear me?
Yes. Of course.
These people are just waiting for us to put a foot wrong, understand? We're walking into the Viper's Den, brother.
Everything's all right. I just got a little lost in thought. I'll be good, I promise. I'm going to hang around here a little longer. I'll meet you upstairs.
See you there.
Vision. Frick. I forgot what it was. Y. That's the button to lock that information. Frick. Well, we're looking for a wild. We're looking for the person that's brought the wild salutor here. A procession of slender legs, a review of colorful feathers, and sweet voices. Unlike vaudeville dancers, these beauties make their lovers part with their fortunes unwittingly. Golden cage. And the golden cage is an exotic bird. Hold on. Oh, I've been up for a long time. In the golden cage is an exotic bird watching me with its beady little black eyes. On the golden cage is the whisper of a woman who contemplated opening it. She was close to releasing the birds for a lark to watch the ensuing chaos. Yet something stopped her, and the birds are still in the cage. Seance poster. A poster ad. What is going on with this thing? Well, that's aggravating. Crap. I lost the information on the seance poster. Great. Yeah, but there's nothing else down here. I've literally checked every corner of this place, so it has to be up here somewhere.
Mr. Shulsky?
I didn't expect to see you here, of all places.
You don't know how very flattering that is. And what brings you to the Imperial?
The cream of Warsaw society is here, so I thought it would be worth showing my face.
With a name like yours, I'm sure you fit right in. After all, someone must have invited you.
I see no real reason to lie, much less involving someone we don't actually know.
I'm not worthy. My sister brought me along out of pity, I think.
And so, Miss Ligia is here too.
Why do you ask?
No reason. What are you hoping for this evening?
Who knows? Maybe I'm keeping an eye out for the future Mrs. Shulska.
Best of luck. You'll need it, since Ligia ended up with the entire inheritance.
How do you know all these things?
People talk, I listen. That's all.
And what are you doing here, Mr. Konieczkin?
I'm passing the time.
Ah, curious hobby.
I'm simply interested in people.
A doctor, thaumaturge, or policeman could say the same.
Your interest flatters me. Who knows? Maybe the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree, and someday we'll even be friends.
How well did you know my tree?
We enjoyed talking and lending one another a hand.
Who did you say you were to my father?
A trusted acquaintance. I supported him with good advice. Though truth be told, he rarely needed it. Your father had a gift for making good decisions.
Which of my father's decisions would those be?
Ones that were good for your family. Perhaps we'll have the chance to return to this another time. Goodbye, Mr. Shulsky.
Yes, I'm sure.
Really, there's nothing up here. Not what I intended to do, or I didn't expect it to register me trying. That's just weird. I was trying to interact with the poster.
Well, well, someone new.
Good evening.
Good evening, Viktor Shulsky.
Irina Orlova of those Orlovs. This is Natalia Obolenskaya, and this strangely quiet soul is our delightful Sofia Skawan.
Irina is exaggerating. Nice to meet you, Mr. Shulsky.
The Governor General's daughter herself. How do you do?
What can you tell us?
I can tell you about the Gilded Cage.
I've heard a certain secret. Do you want to hear it?
Come now, we won't tell anyone.
I do want to be a little naughty, but I also don't want to stack too much pride. I don't know what sort of consequences we might face if we do.
Someone was recently playing with the lock on one of the gilded cages, wondering what would happen if all the birds escaped captivity. And I know for certain it was one of you.
Sophia, that sounds like you. Admit it.
And now what will happen to us, Mr. Shulsky?
I want to go for the trade for another secret, but, like, what are we talking about? I mean, maybe I'm overthinking it, but isn't it the case that we know their secrets, so wouldn't we be sharing one that we have? I can't imagine that's a good idea. I just can't see how that works out well for me.
I assure you, your secrets are safe with me. On one condition.
What's that?
In exchange for my discretion, I need another secret of yours. That's the only way to keep everyone in check.
What should I choose?
Our fathers don't know we're here. There you are.
How naughty. None of your fathers know?
None, especially not Sophia's. Otherwise, he wouldn't have let her come.
I'm very satisfied with this trade.
Maybe you'll tell us something about yourself.
Probably a bad idea.
I suspect you want to hear more about the book.
We've never met a thaumaturges before. To tell the truth, I didn't believe they existed.
That's weird.
A thaumaturge. Don't worry. But now you do.
That trick with the cage, you've impressed me.
How are you enjoying yourselves?
We can't complain. Seeing as we're debutantes, we're getting a lot of attention.
Really? And what now?
That's it.
I need to slip away for a moment.
We should go as well. We've really forgotten ourselves around you.
That's nice to hear, but I understand. The soiree won't wait.
I hear Rumyanseva has invited a real medium.
Will there be ghosts? That I'd like to see.
Defiant debutantes. Sophia's companions told me in secret that Sophia sneaked out to the soiree with them unbeknownst to her father. They consider it an exciting experience. There's no denying that it's quite an adrenaline rush for them. Now, hold on. A fan with a mother-of-pearl handle, likely used predominantly to conceal its owner's cheeky grin. A classic social move, cheap but highly effective. The fan's owner dropped it with playful intent with the purpose of drawing my attention. She won't be disappointed.
What did we come here for? These soirees are for old people.
Good evening. May I?
Please, we're not discussing anything consequential.
You keep on worrying about yourselves. I intend to make the most of this evening.
See, I told you he was in love. Miss Scowan is out of your league, my friend.
To say nothing of her father.
Old Scowan and I are practically on first-name terms now. You'll see.
I'm sure.
So, one eye-catching girl has already got an admirer. What does that leave us, Maxime?
Not much. The dull, the silly, or, well, the old.
En parlant de Lyashulska, she just passed this way.
Pigs will fly before someone fancies her.
She'd actually prefer Sophia Scowan, according to what I've heard. Well, what do you think?
Infatuation. Sergei wants to impress his companions. He hopes they'll see him as a worthy candidate for Governor General Scout's daughter. Sergei has plans regarding Sophia, but they're yet to be realized.
My name is Viktor Shulsky.
Well, there we have it.
Ah, that's a shame. Can't even see the option. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that's rough. We'll leave them be for now. That's a shame. So there are flaw or pride conversation options or responses that we can get, or more accurately choose, but only if we've accrued enough pride. Oh, I didn't realize there was more.
Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
Seance table, covered by a red cloth with images of constellations. The fabric of the tablecloth is permeated with wariness and nervousness. The emotions are fresh and clear. They've just traveled from Samira's fingertips as she held her palms there to avoid biting her nails from stress. Was it me that had that effect on her? A row of candles. A row of burning candles, probably for an air of mystery. An image emerges from the flames, a hand dancing over the fire, a gaze that follows it, and lips uttering words of anxious excitement. A promise of capturing, the certainty of success. You will be mine. Who is this about?
Maybe that's enough. What do you want?
Mysterious book.
The trick with entering someone's head. I know one person who can do that.
You're not much of a thaumaturge if you can't. Have you come here to torment me? Unmask me?
I don't see any fun in unmasking you.
So what do you want?
Madame Samira is not only a mysterious psychic, but also a thaumaturge. Aware of the wild salutor's presence, she wants to capture him for herself, so she's not happy to have another thaumaturge around. She's clearly determined to get the salutor, which is why she's trying so hard to dissuade me from the hunt.
Your siren is quite impressive.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Madame, you're being impolite. What about a little competition? We'll see who wins.
I'll pass.
Samira's salutor. Samira's salutor looks impressive, to say the least. It's searing. It matches her mysterious aura. And thus we draw a conclusion. Madame Samira, behind the mysterious guise. Okay, trying again. Behind the mysterious guise of Madame Samira is a thaumaturge accompanied by Siren, as intriguing as herself. The role of a psychic allows Samira to freely frequent social gatherings that also lure the salutor she's chasing.
I noticed a wild salutor here. I understand your being here has something to do with him in particular.
Keep your nose out of this.
Why?
Because I'm warning you.
What do you know about this salutor? Do you know its name?
Don't you?
A name doesn't tell us much anyway. All that matters is picking out the person in this crowd with the flaw.
I know perfectly well who carries the flaw. Another reason for you to stay out of it.
The person with the flaw attended the seance, right? So I'm on the right track.
Have you finished?
So should we finish up?
That would be best. And listen to me carefully, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Szulski, but you can call me Victor.
Now, Mr. Szulski, you will vanish like a bad dream, and I will get back to work.
Oh, when we turn, okay, so we can also turn on phonographs in order to gain XP. Nice. Champagne glasses. Empty champagne glasses. The lips that sipped champagne a moment ago kept uttering cutting words of contempt. Someone clearly regrets marrying the alleged idiot Louisa, but I doubt she is the idiot in this relationship. Oh man, it would totally be a shame to have to fight the what's her name? Madame Samira over this salutor. Wow, that would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? Discreet half words, meaningful half smiles, and sidelong glances from behind a fan. Merely appearances. The truth is that I found myself in a den of snakes. People must tread carefully here. Nice. Had a wee bit of cognac.
And the general says to him, "Tell us something funny." Then Bautsky replies, "General, why don't you shoot a cannon first?"
That's a good one. I'll have to tell it tomorrow at the WeArEuS. Who might this be joining our conversation?
You know, sir, your face looks familiar to me.
My name is Victor Szulski.
Ah, yes, I can see something in your eyes. I was sorry to hear about your father.
I'll see you next time, darling. Wonderful party. See you there.
I think I've offended the creme de la creme of Warsaw.
This is hardly the creme de la creme. How do you find my soirée?
How is it being part of the Tsar's court?
It is a blessing and a curse. Forgive me if I do not elaborate.
Yeah, it'd be a real shame to wake up in the morning full of bullet holes. Suicide, clearly.
I admit I'm getting reacquainted with the social scene.
You spent a long time traveling, didn't you?
15 years. Over that time, I got used to harsher surroundings.
And believe me, drawing rooms can be just as dangerous as untamed steppes. You've met Anastasia and Marina. What about the others?
The crux of the matter is that I'm here because of my father. You knew him.
That doesn't sound like a question. Of course, I was his customer. I truly am sorry for you, both of you. The death of someone close is always a dreadful blow. Please accept my condolences.
Maybe we can evade and then redirect.
I've already met several distinguished guests. Madame Samira definitely stands out.
She is exceptional, isn't she? Her presence is the crowning glory of the evening. Has anyone else caught your eye?
Ivan Konieczkin, for instance. Apparently, he knew my father.
How remarkable. I wasn't aware. Konieczkin is something of a secretive person. And have you yet had occasion to meet the debutants of this season?
I'll be sure to seek them out.
This evening, Sofia Skowan herself is to grace us with her presence.
Well, well.
I suggest you move quickly. The competition is fierce.
Svetlana Petrovna, I must insist. Can you tell me something more about my father?
Mr. Shulsky, I assure you we have the most delectable vodka. Besides that, I warmly encourage you to join Madame Samira's seance. It will be an unforgettable experience. I wonder, is that truly everything our soiree can offer you?
I've got no choice but to suffer through tonight.
No need to mince words.
Subtle suggestion. Svetlana refuses to openly talk with me. Maybe she's anxious about all the gossip-hungry ears around us. Still, I can feel she wants to tell me something. I should watch her surroundings closely. Maybe I can learn something that way. I mean, it says to follow... Oh, that would help.
I felt something. Where is it?
Tiled stove. There was some soot and remnants of a burned letter on the cast iron. Her usually steady hands were shaking as her eyes followed the written words. He was watching her. She already knew that, but how dare he threaten her? Agitated, she threw the note in the furnace. Too bad she couldn't get rid of the stalker that easily. The remains contained the author's concern about Svetlana's condition, expressed in a seemingly kind-hearted tone. The message ends with a veiled threat foreshadowing a desire to interfere. String of pearls. One could buy a small town with it. The affection and gratitude of one woman covered by the shame of another. Though an honest gift from the Tsarina, Svetlana feels guilty every time she sees it. Oh, there's another thing in the other room. And then... I think one more thing in this room. Travel chest. Time worn, though it looks like new. Probably heavy. The chest is kept at the ready. Svetlana's personal items were put into the chest and then removed. All due to her growing anxiety and uncertainty. Should she pack and leave? Again, a restless hand closes the empty chest and decides to keep waiting. Silk pillows. The silk is soft and cool to the touch. The fabric carries a memory of yearned for lightheartedness, passion, and a sense of security. Two people found solace in each other here. Two people, Svetlana and my father. The silk remembers. It remembers the tentative planning, the recurring doubts, the peaceful sense that everything was as it should be, and other chaotic thoughts caused by passion and intoxication that I'd rather not know. A melted candle. The wax has spilled and congealed. Solidified wax carries the memory of honest grief mixed with fear. However, those emotions were quickly concealed with well-practiced composure. This candle is the best farewell to the deceased that Svetlana could afford. And thus, the conclusion we draw is all of Svetlana's fears. No wonder Svetlana was reluctant to talk if she's afraid of someone watching her closely. Especially that someone knows a lot about her and maybe even her pent-up desire to escape. Besides, she had an affair with my father. Maybe I can make her confide in me. Then I'll ask her about what I came here for. The Black Grimoire. Except that she's gone. Although this door over here that was once locked no longer is. I guess we could try talking to Ligia just to see.
Here you are.
Gentlemen, meet my brother.
This may have been a mistake.
Viktor Szulski.
The last Szulski to wear trousers. You don't know that. Miss Ligia could yet produce an heir to the fortune. Maybe even with me, if she doesn't tell my wife. But let's talk like men. You intend to take over your father's company, correct?
Rest assured, gentlemen, when it comes to the family business, I'm following my father's will. So I can be sure I won't have to deal with you, gentlemen.
I suppose it's true what they say about you?
Uncouth.
Yes? What's that?
You've lost your mind.
Oh, is that all? Ooh, another one.
Thank you. I've worked long and hard at that.
Good luck with your business, miss.
Oh, we should have mentioned his wife.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Have I crossed the line?
Nonsense. Any progress with Svetlana?
Actually, we'll go.
I'm going.
Yeah, let's deal with Svetlana. The salutor might actually be connected to her.
I was looking for you.
Do you smoke, Mr. Szulski?
I've quit.
In light of our approaching conversation, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? Call me Svetlana.
Viktor.
Ask.
The burned note. Who sent it? I only sensed underhanded kindness.
Da, WeArEuS. I don't know which one of them exactly, if that's what you're asking. I've worked hard at it.
WeArEuS?
It stands for Отделение по охранению общественной безопасности и порядка. In other words, the secret police.
Say that 20
I
times
know what they
fast.
are. I'd like to know what they want.
Knowledge. The Tsar's eyes and ears must be on guard. They infiltrate not only the city, but most importantly, the court. And me and my soirees too, I'm sure.
When did you receive this note?
A few weeks ago, back before your father.
I see. That large travel chest. You changed your mind.
About whether or not to pack. Right then, I wanted to escape badly, but that would have had its own consequences. In this game of false appearances, I'm the best.
You two had an affair.
Two grown-up, lonely people found momentary comfort in each other's arms. But romance wasn't behind that relationship. It was just that we were both looking in the same direction.
I didn't have the chance to get to know him as a person, much less one who'd show such emotion.
You mean love? That?
Was it love?
I miss him, that's all.
What do you mean by looking in the same direction? I still don't know how this lovely note ended up in your hands. But in addition, I found a lovely strings of pearls, and on it, your feelings of guilt.
Your power is terrifying. Do you know that?
Your feelings of guilt. Did they have something to do with the Romanov court?
With the whole empire, Ruski mir in Podawaj. We, the establishment, perceive the need for change. We want reform. The Colossus is already teetering, but if it falls... La guillotine, mon chéri. But I want to live, Victor. Ideally, closer to the west.
Tsarina Alexandra gave you those pearls. You two are close.
I am her confidant. I could call her my friend. I see how much she devotes to her family and the nation.
Yet something has changed. Where was my father in all this?
Willingly or otherwise, he was part of the establishment that wanted change and could see revolution before it arrived.
The Ochrana knew about you, hence the note.
They must have noticed something. Isn't it time you told me why you really came to my soirée?
Well, one thing is for sure. Whether they were connected to the Ochrana or not, whoever killed his father was a thaumaturge. Because remember, there was mention of a fist hitting the support that held up the roof of whatever building it was that, well, found itself on top of his father. But given that we're talking about the secret police, it's best that you don't talk about the secret police.
I hoped you might know something about the Black Grimoire. My father left it to me in his will, but the grimoire has gone missing.
No. And the collapsed building? Have you been there?
There's nothing there.
My dear boy, I know nothing about Stanisław's book. I'm sorry, but I can't help you there. But I will not let you leave empty-handed. I strongly believe that there is one place you ought to visit. What you find there belongs to you.
Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
Letters. Father's letters to Svetlana were very tender and romantic. I would not have expected this from him. If these letters had fallen into the wrong hands, they could have done a lot of damage to the lovers.
I know you. I remember you from books. What's your name? Don't run away.
Splendid ladies, distinguished gentlemen, the hour is at hand. With lights dimmed and the curtains drawn, the souls of the dead slowly gather among us. On their command, I will give the chosen among you a tarot card as your invitation to the table.
For you, sir?
Tarot card. Tarot card number 0. The Fool. The card almost burns with the emotions left on it. The Thaumaturge must have put all the hostility she could summon into the card. Hostility toward me. Maybe I'll join the seance soon, if only out of spite.
Fool. Our dear Madame is fooling around and thinks you can scare me off. I'm done wasting time on this.
Let us gather in secret ritual. Let's not keep the souls waiting too long. Let us also make every effort together not to spoil their visit.
In the dark. Madame Samira asked to cover the windows and dim the lights. The seance requires a certain aura, so the apartment must be kept in darkness until it's over. Let's see if talking with Ligia will...
Did I see that you've met this Madame person?
I've taken a long, deep look at Samira. She's no medium. Samira is a thaumaturge on the hunt.
On the hunt?
Madame has spotted a salutor that's attached to one of the guests.
What kind of salutor?
Remember those fairy tales Mother used to read us? And the legend of the golden snake?
Yes, WeArEuS.
Yes. I'm glad you're here.
Are you also hunting for him?
I admit I like to have him. I haven't made up my mind.
Be careful.
I am. That's why I haven't made up my mind.
His name is WeArEuS, the Slavic lord of the underworld, the god of wealth, a schemer. The soiree gives him the perfect conditions for feeding, goading, and plotting.
Unfortunately, Svetlana doesn't want to breathe a word of it.
I'm sure she doesn't trust you. In company like this, that speaks well of her.
Why the cold shoulder, Ligia?
I've never liked her. Her manner gets under my skin. I've heard she's a dreadful schemer.
Ligia's reaction. Strange. Ligia usually refrains from gossiping. She's always been the first to condemn such behavior. What she said about Svetlana may have been caused by the salutors' influence on the environment. And thus, we draw a conclusion about the soiree and high society. High society breeds scandal and imbibes gossip from other people's lips, which it sits very well which sits very well with the salutor prowling around. The flaw must belong to someone keen on playing games and plotting. A schemer by nature. Sure, why not?
Did you know that Papa had an affair with the host of this party?
Are you sure?
Absolutely. As sure as the thaumaturge can be. I felt what he felt when, well, you know.
Oh, stop. That's disgusting.
I know it. It has to be in your head, too.
Change the subject.
Sofia Skawan, the Governor General's daughter. Do you know her?
No, and I don't suggest you make her acquaintance either. Skawan can't stand thaumaturges.
Warning. Governor General Scallion is not very fond of thaumaturges. Why am I not surprised? Another person who sees an obscure threat in us.
Guess who I ran into again? All mysterious and carved up.
Ivan Konieczkin?
What do you know about him?
Not much. He was an acquaintance of Papa's. Well, in theory, it's thanks to him that we're here.
What? Ligia?
I know that nothing comes for free, but he really didn't want anything.
Yeah, he looks like a real altruist. You enjoying yourself in this viper's den?
The vodka is quite tolerable. I'm observing my own brother taking out his anger on ordinary mortals.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going.
There's a snake in these here boots. Somewhere.
Mr. Shulsky, may I have a word?
How can I help?
My friends and I are just playing Truth Order, and now it's my turn.
Uh-oh.
Won't you dazzle me with your powers?
Let's make it very clear that we are aware of her father's attitude towards thaumaturges.
Your father would not be thrilled about you playing games with the thaumaturge.
Maybe that's precisely the point. To keep violating his wishes?
Well, make sure you lube them up before you go.
First, please tell me the rules of this game.
Of course, I'm being silly. After all, you've been away a long time. It's simple. Each player, in turn, must admit a truth or accept a dare. Anyone who doesn't must drop out of the game and thereby loses. And I don't like to lose.
I would guess that to you, a dare would be the lesser of two evils.
How very perceptive. It involves finding out my comrades' secrets. Irina, Maxim, or Sergei. The trick is that you're cleverer at it than I am.
I accept.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Let me see what I can find. Will any secret do?
Any. I'll wait anxiously for your return.
I'll take a look around.
Party game. At Sofia Scallon's request, I agreed to play Truth or Dare to help her complete her task. She and her companions are only looking for a distraction by learning more about each other, but I could use that to my advantage. However, that is going to have to wait until next episode. After all, it's 6 in the morning and I have work today. Later today. Today, that's good enough. Did we save? I mean, I know I hit the button, but just to be on the safe side. Yeah, that's it. Alright. So I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back on, nope, not Thursday, Friday, with yet another episode. And I'm actually looking forward to it. Like I said before, it's a pretty good game. Heavy on the story, heavier than I was expecting. More or less. Probably on the less side, to be honest. Like, I was definitely expecting some story. Anyway, that is going to do it for us. And don't forget that more is coming. Also, if you are or are not playing Black Myth Wukong yourself, well, there's another episode of our playthrough coming tomorrow. So, you could always stop by if you're bored. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.